Hey, social media family. Hey, guys, overcomers. I'm Ramona Phillips, the Healthy Mind Strategist, helping hurting people grow past that trauma. Welcome to Get It Right. You know, it's so beautiful that we can get it right. The decisions that we need to make, right? Choices that we need to make, you know, our hearts right, our minds right. God says renew the mind, right? Renew the mind with the word of God. Be open to getting some help and some support, right? Deal with any perfectionism or any codependency issues. And it's, you know, any type of thinking that's not healthy, right? God helps us to get it right. He does not condemn us. There's no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus, but God does want us to be humble. That means that, you know, admit that we need to admit that we need support, that we have to admit, in other words, that we can't do everything ourselves, not everything by ourselves. No man is an island. You heard that before. We need people. We need people. Yeah, we do. We do. We need people. It's good to be alone sometimes, but it's also good to have that balance to connect with other people. And it's also good to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves spiritually and emotionally. Many of us have been through trauma, some deeply distressing, disturbing experiences, right? And many of our emotional needs were not met, right? And we didn't even realize it, right? So many of us even struggle today with our emotions, admitting how we really feel, or just stuffing those feelings because we don't want to deal with them, right? But God says, give those emotions to me, give those feelings to me. And most of all, like, you know, pray about it, God. I don't like feeling like this. It's scary, right? Because for many of us that started eventually feeling our feelings, we realize, you know, this don't feel comfortable. This is scary. I'm not even feeling safe right now, right? So we can cast our cares on him, knowing that he cares for us. Trusting him with all of our heart and leaning not into our own understanding, because a lot of times the way we're thinking, when we're trying to figure everything out, it's triggering emotions that are discomfort, that are uncomfortable, in other words. Triggering emotions that are not comfortable. And we're triggered and we're not feeling safe. So always pay attention to what you're thinking whenever negative emotions come up. What are you thinking? Just like when you're excited and happy and you can feel that, right? It's because you're thinking good thoughts about that particular person, that particular situation, circumstance, that memory. And then there's times when we're thinking negative stuff, right? Or thoughts that are not healthy or good for us to be thinking. Or we're not thinking on things that are good and pure and perfect and lovely and a good report, like God says. And then we're feeling very anxious, fearful, depending on the situation. Some anger might come up. And in the midst of all of that, it's important that we put ourselves at the top of the list, make ourselves a priority so we can be there for others, right? And here's a big one. We need to know how to say no. Take responsibility for saying no. Practice saying no, especially to people that we know we might say yes to quite often. Yes, 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 yes. Then all of a sudden, no. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I know this person ain't got no attitude as much as I say yes to this person. And guess what? Do it without giving a bunch of excuses. Because whenever you start giving a long explanation, especially to someone that you're usually saying yes to, all you're doing is giving them all there in their head, just judging, 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 judging. They don't really want to understand because they're disappointed. They don't want to hear it, right? So it's okay to say, I'm not available. Not today. I'm tired. Can't make it. Go ahead and have a nice time. I'll catch up with you guys later. This deal is not for me, right? Bless somebody else with it, right? It's okay to say N-O, two little tiny little letters. No, no, it's not a good time. Not available. Let me check my calendar. Let me get back to you, right? Be direct with people. People respect you more. We don't have to be lying and all of that, making up a whole bunch of excuses. because we scared that they're going to be angry or disappointed in us. They ain't going to like us. No. Mm-mm. People respect us more when we're direct and when we're honest, right? So anyway, I'm going to give you a quick message on saying no, and then I got to go. Did I say I was a healthy mind strategist? Yeah, okay. Anyway, God says the mind must be renewed, and a lot of us that have gone through trauma, some deeply disturbing experiences, sometimes we acquire these belief systems that are not healthy for us. And once you start the healing journey, it's a lifelong journey, by the way. So give yourself that, show yourself some grace. Be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat up on yourself, putting yourself down. Help God to ask God to help you understand where you are, the season you may be in. Ask God to help you to learn whatever lessons that you need to learn while you're going through a particular experience, right? Whether it feels positive or not so good. Pray about every relationship. That's huge for me. Pray about every relationship, because the wrong people in our lives can really mess us up. So pray about every relationship, especially when you know you got this, you feel like you kicking it with this person, and because you'd be some, well, we all don't been there. Sometimes people are not who they portray to be, right? And they're showing their false self in the early stages of the relationship, and they have wrongful motives, right? So we must pay attention to that. Pray about every relationship and pray for discernment, greater discernment, right? Saying no. Saying no. For many of us, the most difficult word to say is one of the shortest and easiest in the vocabulary. No. Go ahead. Say it aloud. You can say it. Say no. Don't tell me no. Say no. You can tell me no. You can even tell me no, okay? No, Ramona, I'm not going to say no. 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 Simple to pronounce. Simple to pronounce, hard to say for many of us. Right? Well, it used to be hard for me to say no, and then sometimes it still is. It depends on the person, or I might say no, but I feel uncomfortable. Now I got to deal with why I feel uncomfortable, right? Because I don't want to upset the person or, hurt the person's feelings or something like that. But say no. No, this job is not for me, or this assignment is not for me, or that sounds like a good opportunity. It's just not for me, right? Or yeah, I told you yes last week, but no. Not this week. I'm not going to loan you any money. Nope, not today, right? So we're afraid people won't like us. Let's go back. So no simple to pronounce, hard to say. We're afraid people won't like us. We may feel guilty. We may believe that a good employee, child, parent, spouse, or even Christian, never says no. The problem is, if we don't learn to say no, we stop liking ourselves and the people we always try to please. That is very true. And believe it or not, there are some people that takes advantage and will manipulate and try to control. We must be aware of that as soon as possible. Okay? The problem is, if we don't learn to say no, we stop liking ourselves. In other words, we get frustrated with ourselves. Why say no? Why did I say yes to that person? I know. Well, why did I say yes about that particular situation or circumstance? And I know. Now I'm frustrated. I'm angry, right? So we may even punish others out of resentment. We don't want to do that, right? It's our responsibility to take care of ourselves emotionally and spiritually and, of course, physically, right? When do we say no? When no is what we really mean. When do we say no? When no is what we really mean. When we know we need to say no. When we learn to say no, we stop telling fibs, telling lies. Don't be lying. People will be okay. They'll get over it. Trust me. You're looking at somebody got 7 siblings, okay? Big sister, six younger siblings. And not that I have to be telling them no a lot, but I know it was important to say no. I got 4 children, 4 young adult children. It's important to say no, okay? I got grandchildren, It's important to know when to say no. And I love all of these people and I love doing things for them, but I also love myself. Okay? So people can trust us and we can trust ourselves. You know that friend? Pay attention to those friends. To those friends. People can trust us and we can trust ourselves. All sorts of good things happen when we start saying what we mean. It's been said, say what you mean. Mean what you say, but try not to say it mean, y'all, okay? So if we're scared to say no, we can buy some time. Sometimes we may say no. Some people are afraid to say no because they're afraid that they're going to be abandoned. You might go away. Well, we don't want anybody in our lives that's not supposed to be there, okay? Or not supposed to stay, right? Trust God in every relationship. So if we're scared to say no, we can buy some time. We can take a break, rehearse the word, and go back and say no. Is that difficult for some people, especially if they're struggling with any type of people pleasing? Right? We don't have to offer long explanations for our decisions. I addressed that. We don't have to offer long explanations for our decisions. A quick explanation or a quick, just let them know I'm not available. Or I'm tired or whatever the case may be. In other words, sometimes you don't have to give no explanation. It's just not a good time. Why? It's just not a good time. Or you can go and you be back early. I don't want to go. No, it's not a good time. Right? Go. Have a nice time. So we don't have to offer long explanations for our decisions. When we can say no, we can say yes to the good. Our no's and our yeses begin to be taken seriously. We teach people how to treat us. We gain control of ourselves. And we learn a secret. No, isn't really that hard to say. No, isn't really that hard to say. Today I will say no if that is what I mean. Today I will say no. You can just start today. If you've been struggling with this, just start today. God gonna give you some practice. God knows us better than we know ourselves. So he gives us opportunity to practice new ways of thinking and behaving, right? He gives us the opportunity to practice. So when those situations and circumstances come up, just remember, this is an opportunity for me to practice. Right? Anyway, I'm Ramona Phillips, the Healthy Mind Strategist, helping other people grow past that trauma. Do me a favor. Go over to my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe if you're watching this on another platform. If you are one of my overcomers on my platform, well, it's really God's overcomers. Welcome, new subscribers. Welcome and new subscribers, and thank you all for sharing. Thank you for sharing and liking, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. And also, I shared before that my Instagram got hacked a few weeks or so ago. So I'm on a new Instagram. It's called Ramona Phillips number 17. Ramona Phillips number 17. Just a 1 and a 7. 1 and a 7. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.